Hello everyone, this is Dr. Zishan Kadir, and today I will be talking to you about marketing. I'm going to cover the basic definition of marketing and also the textbook definition of marketing. So let me give you a brief overview of my profile, why I'm talking about marketing. I've been in marketing and advertising for almost 20 years now. I've taught in Pakistan and France for the last 10 years. And I've worked for major brands like Tag Heuer and Lionsgate Films as social media advisor. And I've also been to numerous conferences on marketing in Europe and South Asia. So with that in mind, let's get started. Marketing is a process by which you create, communicate, and deliver value to a target market at a profit. Now, this is the most latest definition from Philip Kotler, and anyone who's studied any sort of marketing knows that Philip Kotler is the godfather of marketing. So this is the definition which he has given in his latest interview. And we're going to take a look at each one of these components. We're going to take a look at how do you create value, how do you communicate value, how do you deliver value, and how do you find a target market, and how do you do it profitably. Before I get started on this, you must understand that your product can be a good or a service. A good is something that is tangible. It's something that you physically possess. And a service is something that you're renting, so you do not actually physically possess it. So the best example I can think of is a car. If you have a car, you physically own it, and it's a good. A service is something which is intangible, something that you do not own, it's something that you are renting. So the best example could be your mobile service provider. So if you buy a car, let's say a Ferrari, then you get a multitude of tangible and intangible benefits. Now, the first tangible benefit is that it's a very smooth ride. So you have an amazing suspension, you have a good ground clearance and everything, so you're gonna have a smooth ride. Then you have the wow factor. So just by revving up the engine, you can turn heads and people are going to notice you. Then you have the safety rating. So God forbid you're in some sort of an accident, you're able to walk away from it. Even though your car might get damaged, you might still survive. Then you have the club membership. So in many countries, you have Ferrari owner clubs. Now with these owner clubs, you are able to socialize with people who own Ferraris, and that's one of the benefits that you get from owning a Ferrari. Then you obviously have the prestige factor. So there could be other benefits. All of these tangible and intangible benefits, when they're combined together, they're giving you the value that you've paid for with your money. So this is the example of a good. Let's take a look at a service. Now, a mobile service provider gives you the ability to talk to your friends and family. You are mobile, you could be traveling internationally or nationally and still be able to make calls. You have clear call quality. You have free minutes that you get different bundles with different bundles. And you also have fast 4G or 5G connectivity depending on the area that you're residing in. So all of these tangible and intangible benefits create the value that you're going to be getting from paying for a service. Then let's look at how do you actually communicate value. Value is communicated through billboards. Now, if you have the ability to post your billboard in a place where there's lots of traffic, lots of pedestrians, lots of cars, then you're going to be attracting a lot of attention. Then you have TV commercials. TV commercials are very expensive to produce and very expensive to air, but they're very effective in communicating that you're a serious brand and you mean business. Then you have online ads. Online ads are very affordable. Everyone can use online ads. You could be using an online ad for as low as $10. Then you have social media ads. So social media ads are those ads which are available on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, you name it. Then you have celebrity endorsement. Celebrity endorsement happens when someone famous takes your product or service and says, I'm using it, you should use it as well. And then we have newspaper advertisements. And then you could also have magazine advertisements. So there could be other means of advertising, but these are the main ones which are being used globally to communicate value. Then we have to look at how do you actually deliver value. So imagine a scenario in which you have created a product and you have started marketing that product, and you have customers who are interested in buying your product. When they go to the shop and they ask for that product and it's not available, then they're going to be disappointed. So you do not want to disappoint your customer. And in order to not disappoint your customer, you have to make sure that your product is available wherever they are. So there's two basic means of making your product available. First is e-commerce. So you could have a website or a mobile app where someone could buy your product or service. And the second one is a brick and mortar store. So you could physically walk into a shop and actually buy that product or service. One aspect that you must remember is that your supply chain must be very effective. From raw material to finished product, it must seamlessly deliver the product to either to the doorstep or the shop that the customer can buy it at. Let's look at the target market now. Now, simply put, the target market is the people who will most likely buy your product or service. So if you take a look at the global population, and then the national population, then the regional population, then the city population, then within the city, different suburbs or different areas, you're focusing on the people who are actually going to buy your product or service, and that's why it's important to know the target market. So let me give you an example. If you're selling baby formula, then new parents are your target market. Your target market is not 70-year-olds or 60-year-olds or college students. They're actually new parents. So you have to find ways to get to them, to communicate with them, and effectively deliver value to them. And finally, you must do all of this profitably. And if you're able to do this profitably, you will be able to expand your business and go global. No matter which business you're doing, profitability is the key to success. Running a business without profitability is a hobby, not a business. So there's three terms that you must understand in this. There's loss, break even, and profit. Loss happens when you are losing money in your business. The amount of money that you're spending to produce your goods or services is more than the profit that you're actually generating. Profitability happens when you are earning more than you're spending. And break even is when your spending and your profitability is equal. So break even is an okay situation, but you want to be in the profitability area, you want to be in the green. So with this, let's review the definition once again. Marketing is a process by which you create, communicate, and deliver value to a target market at a profit. And I hope that I have communicated all of this well with you. Now, let's look at the definition from textbooks. From textbooks, marketing has 4 P's, or some people have 7 P's, some people have 11 P's, but the basic one is 4 P's. So the first one is product, the second one is price, the third one is place, and the fourth one is promotion. So for the product, it could be a good or service, tangible or intangible. Price, it basically means how much you're paying for it. Place is where you can actually buy the product or service. Promotion is about the communication with the customers. So it includes all of your advertising means and communication means. Let's take a look at each one of these in detail now. When you're talking about a product, you're talking about its design, its technology, the usefulness of it, its convenience, the quality that you have, the accessories that are going to be used, and the branding that goes along with it. In terms of price, we have consumer-led price. Consumer-led price means that you have a survey of the consumers and you try to find out how much they're willing to pay for your good or service. And whatever they're willing to pay, you average it out and you create a price and you launch your product at that price. Then competitive pricing. Competitive pricing means that you take a look at your competitors and you find out what they're charging. And whatever they're charging, you start charging a similar amount to it. So for example, if you get a can of Coke for $1, Pepsi sells the same can of Pepsi for $1 as well. Or if Toyota launches a mid-range car, Honda launches a mid-range car as well. Penetration pricing is when you are not present in a market and you wish to enter it. So you lower your price and you boost the demand. And once you have actually gained market share, then you can raise your price as well. Then you have premium pricing. Premium pricing is done by major brands. Creating a major brand is a huge endeavor. So for example, you could buy a watch for $10, but you could buy a Tag Heuer watch for $2,000 or $10,000. So premium pricing is for products which are extremely well branded. Then you have economy. So if you take a look at the flights that are going on internationally and nationally, you have business class, you have premium, and you have economy. So in economy, you're focusing on giving the greatest value for money. In economy, you're not charging a lot. Your price is very affordable. And because of that affordability, you're going to have huge demand. Usually premium products sell small quantities but generate a larger profit. In economy, you're mass producing and charging a small profit but have a wider target market. Now let's look at the place. Wholesalers buy in bulk and they transfer the savings that they have onto the consumer. Then you have direct sales, which you buy directly from the firm. Then you have e-commerce, which is online. Now here I would like to remind you that e-commerce is the fastest growing means of doing business. E-commerce is for everyone. Whether you're a billion-dollar firm or a small entrepreneur, you can create a website, you can create a mobile app, and you can sell online. And then you have mail order, in which you get coupons in the mail, you fill them out, and you receive the product in return. Now let's take a look at promotion. First of all, we have newspaper ads. Newspaper ads have been around for almost a century and a half, and they're not going anywhere. Then we have billboards. If you again have a busy place where lots of traffic is going and you put your billboard over there, you could get a lot of attention. Online ads, this is one of the most cost-effective means of advertising your business. Then you have social media. Social media is the most powerful tool right now. Whether you're, again, a large firm or a small firm, it doesn't matter. You should focus on social media. And social media, again, let me remind you, is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of these things. Then you have radio commercials. Radio commercials are those which you hear on the radio while you're driving or in your house. Radio commercials are very effective if you know the right target market. Then you have word of mouth. Word of mouth means that a customer has tried your product and they're satisfied and delighted by your product, and they're going to talk to their friends and family, or on social media they're going to give reviews about it, and they're going to endorse your product. Then you have TVCs. TVCs again are television commercials, very expensive to make, very expensive to air. But if you compare social media and online ads with television commercials, then most cost effective are going to be social media and online ads. So with that, I wrap up this short video about marketing and what is marketing. And I hope that you learned something. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer them. Thank you so much. Take care and goodbye.